Sahara by Micheal Palin. Introduction. My father was in charge of the export department of a steelworks, and every Christmas he received an enormous box of dates from their agent in Algeria, addressed to a Mr. E.M. Palm. I remember wondering if he should tell them, but he never bothered. Perhaps he thought the supply of dates might dry up if they discovered his name wasn't Palm. I didn't want them to stop coming either, not because of the dates, but because of the box they came in. The illustration on the packet fueled powerfully romantic fantasies of somewhere hotter, drier, and even more exotic than South Yorkshire. A place where men with turbans, baggy velvet pants, and wicked moustaches reclined under palm trees with veiled and sequined ladies, whilst their faithful camels stood in picturesque silhouette against the setting sun. The first proper book I was ever given was Tales from the Arabian Nights, its seductive illustrations by A.E. Jackson, combined with the date boxes to fan a precocious fascination for things of the desert. Curved swords, soft silks, tassels, and see-through skirts, mirages and genies, huge jellies and lubricious oils and unguents. The desert world seemed, apart from the odd beheading, to be a place of complete sensual fulfillment. Even delight itself was Turkish. Almost 50 years later, there came a chance to expose my childhood fantasies to the harsh glare of reality. In the first spring of the new millennium, I met up with Roger Mills, director of many of the travel programs I've done, at a pub opposite Notting Hill police station. Over a pint or two, he suggested a journey through Francophone Africa, those huge and empty countries from Cameroon northwards, once loosely federated as part of the French Empire. Rarely visited by British television, they might provide fresh pickings and new discoveries. I got home, unfolded a map, and saw one word spread across most of these countries: Sahara. The French Empire was interesting, but it had come and gone. The Sahara is a potent, evocative reality. It is one of the world's great brands. No one name so completely epitomizes an environment. Oceans can be Atlantic or Pacific or Indian. Mountains can be Himalayas or Andes or Alps. But if you want to convey desert, you only have to say Sahara. It embodies scale and mystery, the thin line between survival and destruction, the power to take life or to transform it, a self-contained, homogeneous, identifiable world, uncompromising and irreducible. In other words, a challenge, and by no means an easy one. As big as the United States, with a population the size of Norfolk, the Sahara is only 15% sand, and through great ergs, the sand seas are among the most exquisitely beautiful landscapes I've ever seen. There is a dark side. The Sahara is also a killer, scorching the life out of crops, people, and all but the most tenacious living creatures. It's growing larger every year as droughts turns pastures into sand, which the remorseless desert wind carries into towns and villages until they die of suffocation. It has its share of war and conflict. Many areas we wanted to see were inaccessible because of minefields and military activity. Yet how close it is to us. The Sahara lies just beyond the borders of Europe. The heart of the desert is 3 hours flying time from Paris, 4 hours from London. This proximity is not lost on the many thousands of sub-Saharan Africans who cross the desert to escape what they see as poor, unstable, and oppressive regimes back home. Today, the Sahara, far from being a cozy datebook illustration, has become a bridge from Africa into Europe, and a bridge that is increasingly well used by those prepared to risk their lives for a better life on the other side of the Mediterranean. If the Sahara was my fantasy, Europe is theirs. Perhaps they will learn from their journey, as I did from mine, that fantasy and experience never quite match up.